What up, y'all? Let a few people come up in here. What up? What up? Excuse the hoarse voice. What's up, y'all? I'm good, man. A little under the weather. What up, y'all? Fucking light a little too bright. Let's talk about it. Turn on this light. It's better. What up, y'all? I'm going next weekend. So this ain't for the people that didn't go see it. I'm not going to give out key points, but I'm going to give my take on it. The Michael Jackson movie was phenomenal. Antoine Fuqua, brilliant director. Jafar Jackson, brilliant actor. Domingo, brilliant actor. Nia Long, brilliant actor. The cast, phenomenal. Wardrobe, phenomenal. This is one of the best biopics that I ever seen done of somebody's life. And it's like, if you're a Michael Jackson fan like I am, like, you can see, super Mike fan, Michael Jackson tattoo. This hat is from 1988 from a Michael Jackson concert that my aunt gave me. All type of Michael Jackson. So I'm gonna just show you how big, before we get into a big Mike fan. This is where I went. This is where I wore to the movies. Wore this shirt to the movies right here. This joint right here. Actually got my Michael Jackson piece that I actually own. That's my chain. I have a Michael Jackson chain. That's a shirt that went with the Thriller jacket. You know what I'm saying? With the zombies on it, Mike and all that. I had a ball. We gonna get into what we talking about though. It's the sequel. Nah, it's not the sequel to the All American Jackson that came out back in the days on Channel 7. It was a brilliant. This pick was about focus on Mike. This was like a time machine movie. It was a time capsule piece. Like I said, brilliant work by Jafar, brilliant work by Domingo, Nia Long. The cast was phenomenal. But the only thing that I see why the critics had a problem with it, the only thing that the Michael movie lacked was information. They didn't give you a lot of information. If you wanted to actually feel like you was in the studio when he was doing Off the Wall or The Making of Thriller or Motown 25, you're going to love this because it's just like you're watching Mike. From his eyes, to the way he moved his lips, to the way he walked, to the way he talked, he nailed it. 2 years of extensive rehearsals was well paid off. Jafar, you did a brilliant, brilliant job of your uncle. I know he's looking down and is very, very proud of you. But the film, it lacked information, but it was brilliant. I'm a Michael Jackson fan till I'm gone off this earth. But yeah, this film was just basically key points of Michael Jackson's life. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that they left out. A lot of informative information. They was just showing you time capsule pieces. It was a brilliant movie. Well put together movie. It's going to be a sequel in December. It comes out December 18th. They working as of now. If you ain't stay in the movie theater long enough to see the credits and tell you that it's a sequel and a part 2 coming out, well, I'm gonna let you know it's a part 2 coming out to this film. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I felt like I was a kid again. I remember when Thriller premiered on CBS back in the days. That's Channel 2 if you lived in New York. MTV days. It was brilliant, man. It put a time capsule piece. It was a time capsule piece. I felt like I was in a time machine. Like, that's how they made the movie feel. But I can see why a lot of people was mad and angry and wasn't probably feeling the film because of the informative parts. It lacked a lot of information and didn't tell you the backstory or why things was going on. See, I'm a Michael Jackson fan, so I know a lot of information behind the backstory of what they were showing on the film. So that's why I enjoyed it. And if you don't know the informative parts about Michael Jackson and those timepieces, you're not going to understand it. So if you're a young kid that just like Michael Jackson of this era, you're going to love it just because it's Michael Jackson. But if you from my era, I was born in 79, you're going to love this. Like, I remember the day the Michael Jackson album came out. I remember Motown 25. I remember the day Thriller premiered on CBS on Channel 2. Michael was a big part of my household. My mom's, my dad, my uncles, my cousins. Michael had a collection of Michael Jackson dolls. When we moved away, people broke in the crib and stole a lot of my toys and stuff. But I had the Thriller, the Grammy Awards, the American Music Awards, Michael, the Billie Jean. I had all the clothes. Like, I'm a Michael Jackson fanatic. As you see, I got a tattoo. Jackson is mad. Nothing from the Bad album is in that at all. I want to know. Yeah, they ended it on Bad. It ended Michael in 1998 at the Bad tour concert. Like, they were skipping a lot of pieces because it was a time capsule. It was just like a time machine movie. Like, they didn't really tap onto nothing that we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you're a Michael Jackson fan and you've been following Mike his career, you know the backstories. If you're an extensive Mike fan like I am, I know the backstories of things. So the film was great. I give it a 10 out of 10. And I can't wait to see part 2. But it was a great film. It made you, at one point in the movie, at one point in the movie, you thought you was just watching Mike because Jafar did such a brilliant job. Yeah, but that's the only thing I say the movie was lacking. And it's in part 1, I wish they could have had like a part for showing how We Are the World was made. Say. It's a lot of things that Mike did within that time that I felt like they could have been more informative. Like, Michael Jackson was disappointed in the Off the Wall album. Even though it was successful, it didn't do the expectations that he expected. That's why he went so hard with Thriller. That's why he started writing the affirmations on the wall, because he didn't win any Grammys for the Off the Wall album. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win the awards that he wanted for that album. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do the numbers that he thought it was going to do. So Off the Wall was a disappointment to Mike. So that's why he went so hard with Thriller. He wanted, after he was disappointed with the Off the Wall album, he shaped his mind, body, and soul into creating the most sold album in the world, which is Thriller. Nobody have topped that yet. And it's 125 million and counting. I think it's about it's probably almost at, realistically, almost 200 million albums sold with streams and all that nowadays, but it sold 125 million hard copies. That's incredible for an artist. Mike, nobody can touch Mike. There'll never be another Michael Jackson. Nobody's not even coming close as far as impact. You know what I'm saying? Chris Brown is a great artist, but he won't be. And I know Chris, but he'll never be Mike. The impact, the imagery, just the overall impact of the world, Chris doesn't have that. The talent is God gifted, but the overall mystique of Michael Jackson, nobody, I think Allah put Mike on this earth to show him that he can separate him from the rest. You know what I'm saying? I think Allah sent Michael here to show the world that it can be something special. You know what I'm saying? Mike movie, I'm going to see it again tomorrow. I have to go see it because I'm a Mike fan. I have to go check it out. But tomorrow, I'm going to go take my daughter to go check it out. She's a big Michael Jackson fan. She's 7. She walks around with glitter hats, clubs, and stuff, and she's only 7. So this is just the impact of Michael Jackson still gaining fans years after he's been gone. And there's nobody going to ever be Michael Jackson. And if you didn't go see the film, go see it. The vinyl is still something to this day. Mike was thugging during the Bad album. They got to figure out how they going to screen that. Nah, it was a great film. Like, I cried. I got up, I danced, I sung. You see my voice is hoarse, I sung. I had a lovely time. I had my Mike apparel on. People wanted to buy this hat because there was a lady there. Like, I remember when they had that hat at the concert, I couldn't get it. They was sold out. I wanted the white hat. And you know what I'm saying? See this stoned out Mike joint? I should have wore this one last night. I'm gonna put on my Thriller jacket. I didn't want to go, because I know people was going to go dress up like Mike. I didn't want to go dress up like Mike. That's why I just pulled out my Mike apparel. This the Thriller jacket I created. Like, I probably did this jacket like 6 years ago, something like that. Let me zip it up. The zippers. You know what I'm saying? Thriller jacket. Still got the tickets. Gotta say these. You know what I'm saying? At that late, if you go to the AMG, go to the laser theaters. Crispy, clear, sound crazy, all that. But that's the only thing I felt like the Mike movie was missing. It was like it wasn't informative. It was more entertaining than informative. I wish it was more informative than entertaining, because we know the extent of Michael's talent, but it was more entertaining than informative. And it's nothing that you gonna go to the movie and not know of and stuff. But there's key points they left out. They left out the Wiz, you know what I'm saying? They left out We Are the World. Like, those was pivotal times in Mike's life that I think they should have showed, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't show it. It was just like performance pieces, you know, a little dialogue here and there. Their depiction of Joe, I was it's kind of iffy with that, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like the depiction of how they did Joe because, you know what I'm saying, they were just making it seem like Joe was about money, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't create the greatest artist in the world, you know what I'm saying? Joe disciplinary skills could have been unorthodox, but it got the Jacksons exactly to where he wanted them and needed them to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with beating on kids. I never put my hand on my child, not once, and she's 7, not once. I don't even think I even raised my voice at my daughter. But Joe figured, like, yeah, they from the mean streets of Gary, Indiana. You'll rather get your ass whooped by me or get beat up by the system. And he made sure that he installed perfection in them. And if he had to do it through fear, by the belt, it was by any means necessary to get his family out of the poverty-stricken Gary, Indiana at the time. So I commend and I salute Joe Jackson for creating the most talented, one of the most incredible entertainers of all time. We'll never see another Michael Jackson. And the movie was phenomenal. Domingo, he did his thing as Mike's father. Nia Long did a great job as Catherine. I just wish like Jackie, and it was just more in depth and, you know, in dialogue with, you know, the bond with Bill. You know, they didn't get even too in depth on the relationship he had with Bill, but it did show him that Bill was there since day one, you know what I'm saying? He was appointed to Michael by Joe Jackson. And you know, Bill, which is his bodyguard, if y'all know who Bill is, Bill took on like a father figure role for Mike, you know what I'm saying? He was with Mike security team until he died. What else could have tapped in on more? Yeah, that's pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Mike fan, so I expected to see other things, but it was cool. It was like a time machine. If you want to go feel like a kid again, definitely go check out the Michael Jackson. I give it 5 pies. You know what I'm saying? I give it 5 pies. Oh, I'm sorry. Sound was muffled. Let me open up my jacket. I apologize. 5 pies. My bad. I apologize for covering up the mic. I forgot I had the mic on. Blanco, what up? But the Mike Jack movie was phenomenal. It just lacked information. And like I said, my jacket was muffled. And like I said, they didn't touch on the We Are the World. They didn't touch on too much on. They didn't touch on the Wiz at all. I wish we could have seen like when they did the, you know, the Girl Is Mine or something with Paul McCartney or they little rival or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But they just showed you, you know, it was a time capsule piece. The American, this is what I like, because I watched The American Dream today. The original Jackson 5 story. See, the Jackson 5, that was definitely more informative. You know what I'm saying? For far as information and knowing stuff. But the Mike film was just basically in depth look at Mike's thinking process and, you know what I'm saying, and how he created, you know what I'm saying? And it could have been more in depth. I'm waiting for part 2, but I can see why the critics were so rough on the movie, because they want to, I guess when you say biopics, you want to actually learn something. The last biopic I went to the movies to see was the Bob Marley. I was a little disappointment on that because they started it it was kind of the same, like they was bouncing back and forth from, you know, little key points, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, the kid that played Michael Jackson as a little boy, he did a phenomenal job too. I don't know all the cast members' names, but you did a phenomenal job. Jafar, you did a phenomenal job. Domingo, Nia Long. Lorenz Tate did a great job playing Barry Gordy. He did a great job. Shout out to Lorenz Tate. And you know, it was just showing you, you know, they did good on showing you, you know, a little small glimpse of Barry Gordy's and Mike's relationship, a small glimpse of him and Bill, a small glimpse of him and his mom, how they used to sit at the TV and eat ice cream and watch the Three Stooges and stuff like that. They showed you the arrival of Bubbles, Mike's friend, his companion, his friend. You know what I'm saying? Michael was actually, Bubbles was actually saved from a experiment, like they testing on animals and stuff. Mike met Bubbles and saved him, and you know, actually kept Bubbles in the crib until he got older and overly aggressive, like a chimpanzee will rip your arm off. You know what I'm saying? They have a strength of 3 men. So, but yeah, his mannerisms was on point. Like, it was times where you really thought you was seeing Mike. You know what I'm saying? One informative part that I'm glad they did put in there was when showing Mike with the gang members. You know what I'm saying? Mike was watching TV and he was watching something on the news that was talking about the gang violence. And Mike figured a way how to indoctrinate, you know, to put the Bloods and the Crips into a positive light by actually putting them in the Beat It video. If y'all don't know, it was real gang members, real Bloods, real Crips in the Beat It video. You know what I'm saying? They showed that. Like, that part of the movie was when you was like, yo, Jafar, you the man, kid. You the man. Your uncle's very proud of you, because you thought you was looking at Mike. You thought you was looking at Mike. Yeah, as good as he did. Of course you know it's not Mike, but it was key points of that film where you thought you was looking at Mike. You can't, like, we not gonna take away from Jafar's, I've watched everybody play Mike Flex. I watched the kid. He did, Jafar, nobody can play. I don't want to see another pick about Michael Jackson if Jafar don't play Mike, period. Nobody did a better job than playing Mike. Not even the guy that played in the All-American, God bless his soul, because he passed away. Nobody did a better job. The only person that I did a better job as playing younger Mike was Jason Weaver. He did the best playing Mike as a little kid. But overall, as an adult, they should never ever show that Michael film with Flex. I don't even know how he got that role. That was disrespectful. That was like, y'all disrespected Mike with that. Like, I cried when I seen that movie. Like, yo, how y'all, like, and you know what I'm saying? And they didn't focus on no sexual allegations or none of that stuff when he was getting sued. They only showed you the pivotal positive points of Michael Jackson, and I'm glad. Maybe in the second part they'll show you when he started getting ridiculed for the kids and stuff like that. But for the most part, if you're a Michael Jackson fan, you're gonna enjoy this film. You're gonna want to see it more than once because you might have been so excited that you didn't pay attention to certain parts. But this Michael Jackson film was a great depiction of what we love about Michael Jackson. Yeah, yeah, it wasn't detailed. It wasn't detailed and it wasn't very informative. It was more entertaining than informative. It was definitely that. It was definitely more informative. I mean, more entertaining than informative. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it was classic neither. I wouldn't say it was classic neither. I agree with you. I agree with you. I wouldn't say it was classic, but I'll say this was the best biopic thus far in the last 10 years. And like I said, it wasn't very detailed, but no, it was detailed far as nostalgic look, but it wasn't informative. It wasn't nothing we learned new about Mike. They didn't show Michael drawing. If anybody is a fan of Michael Jackson, you know he was a great artist. And I mean artiste, meaning drawings. You know what I'm saying? Michael had a thing for drawing. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of paintings. You can Google it of just look at Michael Jackson's hand drawings and you'll see art. You know, actually, if you own the vinyl of Michael Jackson's Thriller, the album sleeve with the Thriller artwork and the Girl Is Mine artwork, Michael Jackson actually drew that artwork. So if you ever want to see Michael Jackson's art, just look in the Thriller cover and those pictures of the cartoon figures of Thriller and The Girl Is Mine when Paul McCartney on one side and Michael Jackson on the other and they holding the girl like that. That's a Michael Jackson's drawing. People didn't know that. See, you come in, you're going to get information. I'm one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans in the world, so I know these things because I studied this man. They could have put that on Netflix. Nah, I wouldn't have watched it on Netflix. I would have watched it, but you're a Mike fan, go see it. Yep, it was cool. Yeah. It was okay at best. Everybody have their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. I have my quarrels about it. The only quarrel I have about the film is we needed more in-depth information. You know what I'm saying? We needed definitely more in-depth information. But for the most part, it was a great film. And I'm going to see it again with my daughter on a Sunday afternoon. We're going to check it out together because she's a big Mike fan. She's only 7 and she's saying she loves to watch the making of Thriller. She loves to watch all that stuff for Mike, you know what I'm saying? And then the stuff that, you know, I'm a big Mike fan, so I put her on the stuff like, I think next time when we just spending time together, I'm gonna show her Moonwalker. I don't think she ever seen Moonwalker. I'm gonna put Moonwalker on and let her watch that, you know what I'm saying? Moonwalker was one of the best Michael Jackson films. Captain EO. I want to go see all that shit. Michael Jackson had a demo company. It was called Billie Jean. Fire Mike Jackson. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Made this a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Got the Mike Zombie right there. That's actually a drawing of Michael Jackson drawing right there of Thriller. Right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, man, we been 30 minutes. Shout out to the people that tapped in, hit the likes, hit the subscription, subscribe. Rest in peace to Mimi. Like I said, every time the last 4 or 5 lives I've been doing, I've been having to say rest in peace. Rest in peace to Anthony Housey, one of my neighbors that I've known for a long time. Mimi, she was like my niece. Rest in peace to Mimi, my homegirl, my sister Toph. 151st between Amsterdam and Broadway representative. Man, I'm just tired of, like I said, every time I either get a phone call or I'm seeing Instagram on a rest in peace post, I'm getting tired of these. It's been too much. This year's has been a fucking roller coaster. Michael, Michael was definitely one of the biggest inspirations to me to be an artist. I was the kid at the cookout. I was the kid at the family gatherings doing the Michael Jackson, putting on the glove, jacking my pants up so you can see my socks. You know what I'm saying? Black and penny, brown, burgundy penny loafers. Still have a pair of penny loafers to the day. Only thing that my moms didn't let me get when I was young was a Jerry curl. She was not playing that shit. I can get all the clothes, the dolls, watch all the TV shows, all that shit, but he was not getting a Jerry curl. But nah, the Mike Jack film was incredible. Well, just cool and know. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. But yeah, man. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but if you ain't seen a Michael Jackson movie, go see that. As y'all come in, hit the like, man. Send them likes up so this can get in the algorithm, man. You know how YouTube do. You know what I'm saying? This probably gonna be the best Michael Jackson review on YouTube. What about Trump? What about Trump? Trump was gonna be Trump. I heard about the shootout at or the gun or the fire. They always try to distract us, man. You know what I'm saying? But if it is one shooting that I want to talk about, it's the 15-year-old kid that got killed in Brooklyn. They captured the guy that actually killed him. And you, homeboy, you deserve everything you get. Also, to the guy that got arrested for stomping and slamming that girl on his neck, you also deserve everything that you gonna get. Yo, I want everybody that think they gonna do wrong to suffer their consequences. See, that's when people might change in life if people start living for consequences. Whatever your action has a reaction, just know you can't come out here doing bad shit and ain't gonna be no reaction to it. It's gonna be consequences to every action, just know. And karma don't miss nobody. She just have a lot to people to fuck. Karma gonna come and give you your turn. She just in line right now. Karma don't miss. And if you don't believe in karma, you will when she come kiss you. And when she come kiss you, she might give you the kiss of death. But karma don't miss nobody. But my heart goes out to the families of that young kid that was murdered in Brooklyn by the bully kid. He tried to cut off his hand, tried to flee to Jamaica. They caught him. Where you going? It's too much. And see, this is the thing. Y'all be doing all this dumb stuff. It's too much technology out here for you to get away, bro. Where you thought you was in? You was better off turning yourself in, man. You was better off turning yourself in. And I watched something with a little girl getting stomped on her head by a boy. He got locked up too. Michael Jackson was cool with Trump. It was good. Yo, I'm getting you up out of my chat for saying that. This guy said the Flex Alexander VH1 biopic was better. We gonna get you out of here for saying that dumb shit. That was the most disrespectful depiction of Michael Jackson ever. Fuck out of here. Got him out of here. Come on, Blanco. When you see niggas say dumb shit, get them up out of here, bro. Fuck his opinion. I don't even care about that. If you seen the Michael pic, and you seen that pic, you know that shit was disrespectful towards Mike. Fuck out of here. Get them niggas out of here, man. Time for the dumb shit. Alright. We don't tolerance no dumb shit neither. Ignorance of dumb shit or disrespect. I haven't had to see the new MJ movie, but I will this week for sure. Yeah, Blanco, go see that. That's a good movie. If you're a Michael Jackson fan and you want to go... But yeah, man, go see that Mike fic. Unkasa, what's good? What's going on? Just chilling. Just giving my little reaction video to the Mike Jack movie. And keep these tickets. Commemorating the day I went to go see Mike. And if you go to a laser theater, go check it out. Best look and best sound. Don't be cheap. Spend a little $25. What up, and salute to the chat. Yes, Michael is legendary and timeless. There will never be another Michael Jackson. Ever. Never. Never, 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 never. Never, never. You know how much that is worth? Yeah. But yeah. But this is just like, the only thing that the Michael Jackson biopic was lacking was information. A lot of information. You know what I'm saying? And like, they showed you a part when Mike went and got the nose jobs. Mike didn't want to look nothing like Joe Jackson. Joe was so hard on Michael to where when Mike looked in the mirror, he used He used to see Joe. That's why he made the song Man in the Mirror. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to change himself. And he was going through the Vigilaro stuff, but his nose always reminded him of Joe. So that's why he had got the nose job. You know what I'm saying? And if you read the books and, you know, the memoirs of Mike, you would know this. I read the books. I've watched all the documentaries, the in-depth things about Michael life. I've paid for my own research because this is a man that I idolized my whole life. Not most of my life, my whole life. I've idolized Michael. It don't matter what program was on Mike, I'm going to watch it, whether it's negative or positive. I'll do my assessment on it. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch everything from the Ben Wills, that guy, Ben something that did the interview of Mike when he was walking with Mike through Las Vegas and stuff like that. You love Blake, cause I definitely want to see the Mike flick. Definitely go see it. I didn't look at Mike, I didn't look at Joe Jackson as a villain. The depiction, I didn't agree with the depiction of Joe in this film either. Joe was a visionary. Joe, you know what I'm saying? We come up in different times and disciplinary rules, you know what I'm saying? And he you know, like he'd rather to go hard on his kids than society to go hard on them. I think the beatings was the whippings or the way he disciplined was a reminder of how hard it can be and how hard it can get. You know what I'm saying? And if a few ass whippings got them to where they, hell, man, so be it. I don't know how extensive the ass whippings was, but he got his family up out of Gary into Anna, into a beautiful mansion into Encino, California. And he birthed and created one of the best artists we gonna ever see thus far in life. You're never gonna see another Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, the most famous person after Michael Jackson is Jesus Christ. Yeah, Joe was definitely not a villain. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a father that had his foot in my ass. Maybe I would have been bigger and bigger than what I became. You know what I'm saying? You know, that father figure role in your life, that counts for a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that, but that counts for a whole lot. But yeah, we've been up here 42 minutes, man. If you're in the chat, hit the like. If you're new here, hit the subscription. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. It's the Mike Jack episode, man. Good Mike T. Got another Mike T. This Michael Jackson T that I designed called Trophies. You know what I'm saying? This a picture of my chain. I actually own that piece. I still got that piece in my jewelry box somewhere. But yeah, man, we've been here close to almost 50 minutes. I appreciate everybody on this rainy Saturday/Sunday night. I'm gonna go out and get me some late night snacks before it's all over. It's 2:41 in the morning. I ain't even know, but go get me some Snickers. Some of my favorite late night snacks be like Famous Amos cookies, the miniature joints. Love them joints. 2 bags of those, cup of milk, you know what I'm saying? Trying to lay off the candy. I used to be a candy freak, man. Skittles, all that type of stuff. And I don't need the cookies neither, but, you know, I'm gonna go cookies and milk flow on some Bernie Mac shit tonight. We'll go cookies and milk flow. Probably burn a spliff. Watch a film until I fall out, you know what I'm saying? Regular shit. You know, I gotta stay with the custom merch, man. Gotta stay with that, man. Got the stones on Mike covering his face, you know what I'm saying? Got to, man. If you gonna come here and talk about Mike, if you gonna give a review on Mike, you gotta be Mike down. I wasn't coming on here with the glitter glove and the sash and all that stuff, but I'm coming with show y'all how big of a Michael Jackson fan I am. From jewelry to the tattoo to apparel. I'm a Mike Jack fan. I should do a cooking stream. I don't cook that well. That hot fire cots, appreciate you. This hat is from like 1988. This is one of the hats from the Bad Tour that my aunt gave me. You know what I'm saying? It was just hanging on her wall for years. It's dirty and all that. I don't care. The same dirt from 88 and all that. She kept it, but she had it in like plastic, but you know, you keep stuff in plastic and it's white in the turn, so I ain't care if it's discolored or nothing. You can see the discoloration inside the hat and all that, how old it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my aunt for giving me this vintage Michael Jackson hat from the concert. Don't worship false idols. This nigga says, fuck yeah. Old truck, you know, snapback. Michael Jackson concert, look, vintage. Only pulled this out for the movie. I keep this wrapped in plastic. Michael Jackson custom Thriller jacket. You know what I'm saying? You see them zombies on the back? You see them zombies? You know I always come in and show you some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? See the zombies on the back of the jacket? The video with East is fire. I appreciate you. Dope jacket. Yeah, man. If you ain't go to the concert in 1988, you ain't got this hat. Simple. You ain't got this hat. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky one. You know what I'm saying? Lucky one. Locks. Only I gotta go get a retwist. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go get a retwist. You can't see my parts no more. My God. These Skittles was good, baby. I'm just letting them know how much of a big Mike fan I am. You know what I'm saying? Big Mike fan. You get to see them stones glitter on that joint like that, turn the light a little bit. You know what I'm saying? See that Mike hat? You know what I'm saying? Good purple frames. Think the lens is out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna go colorful mode right now because of Mike. We gonna go Mike light on them. We gonna go Mike light. We gonna go Mike light. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go motion Mike light. Motion Mike light. Darling, I love you, baby. My voice still hurts. Oh, I got that. Come on. Ooh, I couldn't put on music because they flagged me. I know I have to put on the mic light for him real quick, man. Put on the mic light. I appreciate your point of view and your lives. And follow Muslim, for fellow Muslim. Assalamu alaikum, Aki. You gonna make somebody have a seizure, nigga, stupid. Disco fever, cuz. That T nasty with the stones. You like Michael Jackson as well. He a funny nigga. Darnell Porter era hat. That's a Darnell Porter era hat. Mm-hmm. You're not talking about no Prince. Prince wrote Little Red Corvette, Stevie Nicks bass. A song stand back, the Little Red Roll, she called Prince the next song. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. But this one of the best Michael Jackson t-shirts you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? The stars over Mike, all this shit. When that light hit it, boy. Well, we having fun tonight, man. Went to go see the Mike movie. We've been here 50 minutes, man. Thanks to everybody that tuned in. Put on my mic jacket before I break out. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody tuning in. This is my little review on the Mike Jackson movie. But like I said, the only problem I had with the Mike movie was that it lacked information in a lot of key points of the time capsule that they actually captured. They could have did more in-depth, informative information for people to be, you know, for it to not also be an entertainment a piece, but also educational and learning things of how Mike creative process was. But until next time, that shirt is fire. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. But this is how I went, you know what I'm saying? Minus the shirt. I ain't even wear this shirt. I wore this shirt to the movies. A trophy joint. There's a concept to this shirt, right? You know how they say jewelry is your trophies and shit? This is when Mike won all those Grammys for Thriller in 1984. And this is one of my trophies, an actual Michael Jackson piece. See, it got the crown on the top where the chain go through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Well, that was my little assessment on the Michael Jackson movie. If you didn't see it, go see it. I'm going to see it twice tomorrow with my baby girl. We're going to go get us a big popcorn, Twizzlers, a big soda, and we're going to go watch Michael Jackson. We're going to have our glitter gloves. We're going to go do what we do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Me and baby girl, she said she got a sequence jacket and stuff. But yeah, we going to, we're going to have a good time, man. Me and my daughter, I seen it early. But I'm going to see it. It's worth going to see again. It's worth going to spend another $25. But, you know, I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed Saturday, Sunday morning, and I'm out.